Come, gather round, I'll pick up on our tale of those 4 idiots who flew right off the rail. Through the forest did they finally proceed, until a rustling was heard deep in the weed. A tiny teacup goat they did adopt, all well and good until those vicious kobolds dropped. Elise was murdered, but gave out a new quest. These poor idiots will never get a rest, 'cause crit happened.
Hello, Internet! Welcome back to Crit Happens. I am now your awesomely delicious sounding GM host person, because Amazon Prime can sometimes come through for us. Yay! Say hello to everybody, everybody.
Hello!
Everybody? I'm lost. What?
Don't worry about it. So...
Should we introduce ourselves again?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
All right.
We'll make this little mental note. Not a mental note. I'm saying it out loud. But we are, at the moment, missing our poor little Lobe. He is at work, hopefully driving home now-ish. So when he comes in, well, you'll know. But for the moment, we're just going to say Lobe is passed out in the back of the cart, drunk or something.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty reasonable.
And for how much he drinks, sounds pretty accurate too.
Happen.
All right. But let's dive right into this adventure, because some crazy stuff happened last time, huh? We won't go through a whole recap because that's boring to listen to, but the short of it all is you guys are in a caravan together. You were hired by Elise Magnolia. You went through the Azure Grove. You were
The
attacked
former
by...
Elise Magnolia.
Yes,
Yeah.
The late.
The hero previously known as Elise Magnolia.
Because she was not killed by kobolds, but instead a mysterious hooded figure, which only Kennam saw. And I assume he shared with the rest of the crew, or he's being a sneaky dick and not telling anyone.
No, I'm gonna share that. That said, bit of a dick move there. I actually don't know who to say, but it's definitely a dick move.
Somebody's being a dick!
Somebody in the world is a dick.
Alright,
Well,
so...
that's not news.
So where we left off, you guys had looted some corpses, buried some corpses, and I assume at this point you are back on the wagon trail again?
Yes, ma'am.
We're on the road again.
2 things, actually, before we start.
Go for it,
I would
Kennam.
like to, first of all, nature check the kobolds to learn more about them, especially if we're going to be running into more of them.
Oh my gosh, you know what I just realized?
What did you just realize?
I'm not on roll 20, so I can't see any of the rolls.
Well, you should do that.
I shall, but for now, I'll just take your word.
All right.
That you're not
We all
being
just got
cheated.
20s.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
What
All
dumb
right,
luck.
so the first thing I want to do is a nature check,
So, okay.
and I rolled a 9.
Okay, so, like, what were you trying to do? Were you just, like, standing over these guys being like,
Yeah,
Poking at him.
mostly. Apparently, he walks over with a little book in hand and writes down Barbie kobolds.
You, okay, so while the other two are getting the wagon back together and Lobe kind of slumps in the back drinking, you walk over to these kobolds and you start taking some notes. You're like, they have scales and they look like tiny dragons. And they like to stab people with butter knives, and that's about it.
The other thing I wanted to do was go find the dagger Svein launched into the bushes.
Oh yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't it
Forgot
have like
about that.
return to Svein written on the handle or something?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sure I'll know it if I see
If it doesn't, it should.
It's your dagger.
Oh, wow, my perception sucks. Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
God. That's a 1. Crit fail.
That's a
You
First
lot.
one of the night, guys.
You actually
Well-
forget all about Svein's dagger. You're so fascinated with how dragon-like these kobolds look. You wonder to yourself, did an alchemist just dump an entire gallon of shrinking potion onto a herd of dragons one day, and now they're all tiny? You just don't know. But the musings are heavy.
Spain is gonna see Kennam walking around and think to himself, like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like, I threw my knife and went over there somewhere. So he's gonna start looking around.
Okay.
Got a 10.
I mean, you're the one who threw it, so you pretty easily shuffle in the bushes, and you pull that dagger out. So yeah, you got your dagger back. Congratulations.
All right. Can't be leaving this behind.
Well, you
Okay.
can. It's just a really bad idea.
No,
So are
I
you all
can't be
then?
leaving it behind.
Are you all ready to rock then? We're done looking at daggers and tiny dragons.
That's right.
Yeah, I guess.
Hopping on the wagon.
Let's get Kevin on the wagon and head on out. Because he is ours now.
Kevin, is he?
Well,
I mean, at the moment, Lobe was carrying Kevin around, and I assumed he just kind of took Kevin to the back and introduced him to the magical world of alcohol.
I mean, I guess we should handle Animal to make sure Kevin sticks around.
Ooh.
Sure. How are you gonna, like, make him stick around? Like, what are you gonna do to tempt him to stick with you?
Guys, you know how we have like rations for a whole nother person to make this trip? Let's make some goat. Let's make some goat treats.
All right. I can
Recycling.
try my hand at that.
Okay, go for it. I don't even know what the heck that would be. What is there a make goat treats roll?
Would that be survival?
Yeah, I think it's on page 800.
Yeah, just make a survival check. Let's see how good you can make some sweet goat treats. Just like grass.
Oh,
That is
I got a 1 minus 1.
I think that's a first. Ah, god damn it.
it's like an almighty miss.
I've
Not
never
even
got
a
a
critical
0
failure, it's an
before.
almighty failure.
All right, let me paint
All
the
right,
scene.
wait. Are we cooking these things?
God
Were you?
no.
No.
What were you doing?
No.
Paint me a picture, Sven. What were you doing with this other
God.
like bag of treats?
Svein.
It's
What were
just
you
trying
doing,
to
Svein?
smash them together. That's what it looks like other people do when they cook
All right,
things. They just
so
combine things together. So,
So you
smash
just
them
take
together.
you just take a bit in each hand and then you try to crush them together and you miss.
No. Here's the dealio. So, Svein, you just got your dagger. It's a great old time. And then Kenneth brings up the point that, hey, you know, Kevin's cool. Let's take him with us. Who knows how to make goat treats? You, being an experienced librarian, remember reading something about that. And you grab a set of rations and you go to make goat treats. Unfortunately, the bag slips right the hell out of your hand, smashes into a nearby tree. The tree combusts along with the rations. So, good job. Now you don't have another thing of rations.
Well, I'm sure that we can find some treats once we get to town.
Well, we got to get him to follow us first. Fuck it. I'm gonna go give Kevin a little hug.
Okay.
Just to see if we can do that.
Don't burn
That'd be
yourself.
handle animal.
Yeah.
Be handle. And would
You handle that.
would that roll? I made an earlier roll to try.
Oh,
and handle
that's
him.
right. You did. You literally ran up to me after last session and be like, I'm gonna hug Kevin, and you can't stop me.
That was an 18 plus my proficiency bonus, which is 2, so I got a 20 on that.
Yeah, no. So after Kevin watches this explosion of food, he gets a little tear in his eye, but then you go over and start petting him on the head and be like, there, Kevin. It will be all right. We will have many other treats at the festival. And he seems cool with this, so he hops in the back. So now you have a Kevin. Congratulations.
Also, I heard that you are not happy with how Kevin came to be about.
I have no say in this. It's not the most magical name I could think of for a fire goat, but you know what? It's your fire goat.
We got the ash goat. Let's go.
I should
Ember
mention
goat.
though, real quick, Kennam, as you were hugging this goat, you do realize that Kevin is a female, so have fun with that. Because no one bothered to check.
You know what? If the bird from Up can be named Kevin and be a mother, I think we can name this teacup goat Kevin.
You know what?
It'll be
Fair
fun.
enough. All right, let's stop pussyfooting around. Let's get moving.
Language, please. No, I'm kidding.
Well, no, whatever. All right, so everybody hops into the cart and you start forward through the Ashen Grove. Are you guys gonna try and find that twisty, windy path, or are you just gonna like book it at this point?
Fuck it.
Let's get the hell out of here. Straight
Yes,
line.
please. Dear God.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Spain's
cool.
gonna take a look at his pop-up map book and just say, like, yeah, let's just go straight. That'd be the best option.
All right. So we've got Svein and you've got Kennam. They're probably both in the front. Svein's directing, Kevin's driving. Lannon, are you just hanging in the back again?
Did you say that Kevin is driving?
No, Kennam.
Oh, okay. All right, just checking.
No.
That'd be hilarious. I think.
It was. He doesn't have she doesn't have fingers, so I don't know how that would work. But anyway, so you guys are back on the trail. At this point, the sun is slowly creeping into about midday. You've been on this trail for almost an hour now.
Ooh,
There doesn't seem to be any more disturbances.
in the forest.
And while you guys are driving along, I have a question to pose to you.
Oh god,
Mm-hmm.
this can only end badly.
No, to your characters, how are they feeling? Like, how are they doing right now? Because they just kind of saw a lot of shit. So what's going through their head cavities?
Lannon's just like, oh well.
Kennam's pondering the crap out of what he just saw.
Same with Svein, and also he's in a little bit of shock. He has actually lost a lot of blood. I forgot.
Oh yeah.
He's down to 2 out of 8 HP. So he's a little out of it right now.
Kennam's gonna look over at Svein and go, Svein, if we're going straight, so you can take a nap if you want.
Oh, okay, thank you. Shall I leave the map with you?
No, we're going straight. I don't think that'll be much of an issue.
Okay, I'll take a nap then.
Okay.
All right. So Svein, you shuffle to the back. Like I said, Lobe is back there with Kevin. They sort of take up 3/4 of the cart, but you can find yourself a little nook between all your bags and all the supplies Elise had packed, and yeah, you make yourself a little makeshift bed.
Just lay down on Lobe.
I was about to say that, like, use him as a pillow.
No. He'll wake up and just throw up all over the place.
Oh god.
Fair point.
That's
Use
disgusting.
Kevin as a pillow? I don't know.
No.
Hello.
Look, I'm going to put this in perspective for a second here, just in case Kevin actually ever gets in a fight. Kevin is what we call a tiny creature. So Svein's head would probably crush her.
Oh.
Like her
Oh
poor
no.
little...
Noted.
Noted.
Should be noted. But yeah, okay. So, like I said, you guys have almost been on the trail for about an hour now. Kennam, you're kind of all by your lonesome up in the front. You're both driving now and navigating. Make me real quick a perception check to see.
Oh, don't make me do that.
I believe in you, son.
Oh.
17.
17,
okay.
that's good.
Nice.
17 ain't bad.
And like I kind of said previously, nothing else really seems to happen on this trip. Maybe those were literally the only kobolds in this forest. Who knows? But everything is pretty still. You've got the occasional like wind blowing through the trees. You've got maybe some tiny other Kevins scurrying through the underbrush.
Other Kevins.
But finally, you come to another break in the Ashen Grove. But instead of this break leading just to an open space and then more forest, you actually break completely through the forest. You are now officially out of the Ashen Grove.
Oh my god.
Ba, 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 ba.
That's copywritten.
Shut up. So you pull the cart pretty dexterously. I mean, you have vehicle proficiency, so I doubt you'll freaking tip it now. You've been driving it up until this point.
Don't do any drifting.
Please, God.
Do it, I dare you.
No.
You can't drift in a forest, unfortunately. Maybe at a later time we can go drifting.
Yeah.
If your
So-
skill gets high enough, I'm sure you could in the forest.
So, Kennam, so you're the first one to see. You officially now have broken out of the tree line of the Ashen Grove, and you have arrived at what almost looks like a ghost town. There's
Oh.
very few huts scattered here and there. A lot of them look to be cobbled together from bits and ends. And they're some of them are very spaced out. Some of them are kind of compact together, built off of each other. And as you are traveling through this little, we can't exactly call it a village, so we'll call it a sad excuse for a settlement. There doesn't
That's
seem
nice.
to be, well, I mean, work with what you got. But there doesn't seem to be any people out and about. There's no, there's no laundry on the lines. You don't see anyone, going to and fro from shopping or anything like that. It seems very empty.
And that we welcome Nate quickly. Hello, Nate.
And then Lobe
Hello.
wakes up. Maybe he wakes up.
Or does he?
Oh,
He can't.
he
speak.
gasped.
Did he? No, that was me.
His mic's doing little things. Anyway, I guess we're waiting for that to happen.
So yeah, Kennam, that's what you see.
Nate, you might want to increase your volume there.
Oh no, I'm just talking quietly.
There we go.
Ah, can hear you.
Lobe is now awake. He literally only missed the adventure through Ashen Grove, which was nothing. So just quick
okay.
recap. Lobe, you wake up and you don't find burning trees surrounding you. You now see kind of this large empty expansion, couple huts dotted here and there, and directly ahead of you, this giant Colosseum,
Oh shit.
really far ahead of you, a good couple miles still, down the way. Well, right now you're in sort of this partially made settlement looking thing.
Okay. Tom, can you send me the link to the online part so I can do the dice rolling and such?
Oh, sure.
While that's happening, Lannon decides to just go up to the front of the cart and say "Oh, this is gonna be fun."
Why is this gonna be fun?
Kennam gives
Don't
him a
worry
weird
about
look.
Good question.
Gives him a little bit of a weird look and goes, "What do you mean by that?"
He just pats Kennam on the head and says, "Don't worry about it."
And Svein is still taking his power nap in the wagon.
Okay. Cool beats. So,
Although, I guess
yeah.
I could make a perception roll to see if he notices things have changed and he wakes
if
up.
he notices anything in his sleep.
Yes.
I feel a
Is a
disturbance in
dream.
the force.
You know, astral projection and all that.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
You're a little
5.
sleepy sheepy. That bloodied state of yours, you are just out like a light. You don't even know you're in this planar region anymore. Is this
Okay.
real?
Yeah.
Is this fake? Who knows?
Who knows? Who cares?
So Kennam, yeah, you, like I said, you've got this whole territory in front of you. You've got the bigger cluster of towns and cities farther in, and at the center of it all, this giant Colosseum.
Well, if I was to guess where the Phoenix King is, I'd say the big city. So, Kennam's gonna look back to the party and go, "Shall we move on?"
Sounds lovely.
Excellent.
And Kevin goes, meh. Which is,
Oh, you're still here.
yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Kennam goat hugged him. Her, it is a female, he has also learned. And Kevin is now part of the party. Yay!
Welcome, Lady Kevin.
All right, well, I see no sense in hanging around here. I mean, it's all empty, so let's head out.
Okay, so Kennam, you kind of give the reins a little wiggle to the indiscerned animal that is pulling your cart. I never actually said what it was, but whatever. Who cares?
Pulls
It's not Kevin.
itself.
It's invisible.
Yeah, it's. So you start forward, and you're getting farther into this settlement sort of deal, and then quite suddenly, out of nowhere, you hear the sound of screaming children.
Yeah,
Bad
stop.
screaming or good screaming?
Good question.
Perception check?
Yeah. Let's see if you can discern the difference between jovial screams and screams of the damned.
Hey, 17.
Oh, that's a pretty good. Who else is gonna make a go at it?
I don't know the difference. I rolled a 2.
Yeah, not with the 2, you don't.
I'm just like, oh, screaming. Alright.
12 and 6 for Lobe and Svein. Okay, so basically everybody but Kennam is like thinking bloody murder is happening somewhere. But Kennam, you can hear very distinctly underneath those screams the like little giggles and laughter. Like, you know, like when people play tag and you don't want to be tagged, it's like, ah! But then you laugh afterwards because it's all for jest. That's what you hear, Kennam.
Christ, that's gonna be a weird.
But I don't hear such things.
Yeah, you know what, Lobe, with that 12, you're pretty sure it's not children being
Okay.
murdered.
I was gonna
It's
say,
that-
if I'm unsure, I'm going to be barreling forward.
I mean, it's a 50-50 shot.
It's up to the DM whether or not I understand what's going on.
No, you're good. With a 10, you'll be able to tell it's like it's all in jest. No
Okay.
worries.
No charging forward then.
And you said this place is a ghost town?
For the most part, yeah, you haven't seen any people. There's like no shoes just hanging outside of the doors, indicating people are inside.
And
Ghost
we don't
tag.
like we don't see anybody like in like we don't see where the screams are coming from.
It's not directly in front of you, no. It doesn't seem to be within your immediate line of sight.
That's fucking
But,
creepy.
But with that 17, Kennam, you could probably very easily redirect the cart and find the location of that sound.
It's not like anything bad is happening. At the same time, children playing tag in a ghost town is never a good thing.
Maybe they're playing hide and seek.
That is a fair point.
Regardless, I don't think that would be a good idea.
Oh, we're having fun with the accents today.
Fuck off.
All right, so what are you guys doing? Chucking forward, investigating the sound. What's up?
I say move forward.
I mean, I've got no reason to stick around. Children are having fun. I mean, what's new?
I couldn't care less.
That it's
Svein?
all up to Svein, who's
Oh,
I think
Svein's
still
asleep.
asleep at this point.
I guess we're trucking forward.
Okay, so Yeah,
Still
no.
asleep.
with that 5, you are definitely still asleep, Svein. Okay, so
this is
ignoring
glorious.
the jovial cries of children, you guys decide to continue making your way towards the center of the city.
Mm.
And now I gotta freaking scroll all the way down. Let's see here. Ah, here we go. So you eventually, the grass path that you have been accustomed to seeing turns more into a dirt road. And the scarcity of buildings becomes more and more uniformed. They look more recently built, maybe out of stone, not wood, surprisingly. There's definitely no wood structures to be seen. And if there are, they're in very short supply. But yeah, the closer you get to the Colosseum, the more lively the area seems. It's definitely more populated. You see more and more people kind of coming out of their houses. You see a couple people setting up booths of sorts, but everybody, like a big majority of everybody, is making their way in the same direction you are, which is towards the tournament grounds.
Ooh,
Oh, excuse me. I had a little burpee there.
stop that.
So, do you guys think that maybe the king is in the throne room or over in the Colosseum?
It's a toss-up.
Go with a history roll or some kind of roll. What do I got?
Good question. What's the best thing you've got? No, it'd probably be history if you wanted to know the where the king likes to hang.
Yeah, I know even less about history, so that means I know the future, right?
Yeah, totally. Roll me future check.
How's that stack up?
Okay.
Oh my
Natural
God.
20!
Jesus.
Critical.
So, Lannon, as everyone's discussing this, you just suddenly pipe up from the back like, he's gonna be in the Colosseum. Like, just in a sort of deadpan voice, like, come on, guys.
Excellent!
And Lannon, actually, with that awesome of a check, you can go on to say that the kingdom, like the castle itself, the king's castle and the Colosseum are actually one in the same. So, for some unknown reason, maybe for this specific event, the Phoenix King had it designed where the arena of the Colosseum is the Colosseum itself. Like, this is where they have all the big events, including the Blazing Crown tournament. But then surrounding building itself actually houses different rooms, like a throne room and the dungeon and the eatery, the dining room. That's what that's called.
Eatery?
So he's got a butchery. What do you want from me? But yeah, you know that the Phoenix King's castle and the Colosseum are one and the same.
I gave the librarian a history lesson. What do you know? Oh wait, no, he's asleep.
Oh, yeah, I'm asleep. Well, let's find out.
Wait, so was I given the information on where the location of said eatery was?
Did you? I mean, what did you make a roll? Was that 12 you to discern that?
Oh, I didn't roll anything. I'm asking if Lannon shared with the rest of the class.
Oh. Lannon, did you tell him specifically where this eatery place would be?
Yeah, sure. Why
Okay.
not?
And away I go!
Hold on a second. So Lannon is giving you guys his history about. Oh, it's called the Ferocia Colosseum, by the way. So he's giving you a lesson about the Ferocia Colosseum, which parts as the King's Castle, and all of a sudden, the minute eating is brought up, Lobe just barrel rolls out of the cart and is just making a beeline for the capital. Like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, no, that describes it properly.
Okay. So you all watch.
Oh, this
Wait,
is
are
hilarious.
you taking Kevin with, or is she just gonna hang out in the cart? Is she gonna slow you down?
No, she can do whatever she wants.
Okay. Well, okay, so then
It's like
Lobe-
she's just grabbing onto you by your beard.
So I just imagine Lannon's giving this history lesson, and Kevin was happily asleep, like on your tummy, and then you suddenly rolled up and got out, and now she's clinging to your shirt, like, "Oh God, help me!" As you were running. Oh my gosh. Okay.
If somebody wants to go get him, I've got to drive the cart.
I mean, he's not getting too far. Okay, I gotta break this down here. Have you ever participated in the 4th of July parade?
Oh god.
Like,
No.
imagine that, and then fantasy. Like, these streets are packed. You've got dozens of carts, lots of different people who are, like, carrying their own supplies. Everybody is making their way towards this Colosseum. So I'm kind of amazed Lobe can even maneuver his way through these places. I'm almost...
With how big of a man he is, I wouldn't be surprised if everyone just moved out of his way.
Well, the faster you go, the easier it is to get people out of your way.
It's true.
Bulldoze
actually,
that
now
shit.
I would like to make note. My guy
Yeah.
is very nice, so if someone needed help, he would immediately be stopping to help them.
So basically, he would knock over a cart and some stuff would go flying, and then he would immediately stop and be like, "Oh, let me help you with that."
Yes.
So
Exactly.
Is that your flaw?
basically, Lobe went out to just.
That's part of it.
Oh
yeah.
god.
He's
So
a
Lobe
nice
is
guy,
still
but
with you.
party fouls are not part of his repertoire.
So Lobe is still with you guys. He is still within sight because he keeps bumping into people, and then he's got to help them, and then he takes off, but then he bumps into someone else, and he's got to help them, and then he tries to take off again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get that for you. Oh, excuse me here.
You're just watching this giant bearded ginger man slowly but surely making his way through the crowd.
Lannon's just rolling in the back of the cart laughing his ass off.
Oh my god.
Adam's just face palming at the front.
Oh my goodness.
Wait,
Okay, so
so
what's up?
Svein is still asleep through all this shit.
Gonna try to wake up again.
No.
Come on.
You are out
Just get
cold.
5s, 6s, and 7s. We
That
did get backed
said-
up quite a bit.
You'll probably get quite a lot of health after this.
I was about to say I wasn't originally going to do this, but since you've been asleep for probably roughly a half an hour, or like an hour and a half, or I don't even know anymore, you probably can use hit dice, which I've wanted to use for a while because this concept sounds awesome. But I only kind of know how it works. I think you get a hit dice every time you level up, and if you take a quote-unquote short rest, you use that hit dice to get health back.
Oh,
I think that's how that works.
You are correct.
Cool. So basically, Svein, in your sheet, there should be a hit dice section. At this point, you probably should only have one, seeing as for level 1.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So it's, I think rogues get a 1d8, don't they? As they level up, you like roll
That's
a
what I'm
1d8.
guessing. My max HP is 8. I can't
Yeah.
find my hit die on here, but yeah, I'm guessing that's what
It's probably a 1d8.
Do you,
So
do you have any
Give me a minute,
constitution?
I can pull the book up.
Do you have any constitution there, Svein?
Nah, +0.
Then it's 8.
Okay, so just roll like a 1d8. We'll see how much health you've been getting back.
All right, you guys ready to see a 1? Earlier I got a 0
Ooh.
because I got a 1 minus 1.
Hey! You got an 8! Congratulations! I think that's like all your health back.
Yeah.
That is literally all his health back.
So as all this has happened, you just sort of see all of his cuts and wounds slurk back up, and they just vanish.
Does he get like
Svein?
overshielding?
Maybe like Kevin rolled over and cauterized all the wounds or something.
Yeah, we'll go with it.
Kevin's got medical training. Didn't you know that? He's a doctor.
Of course.
Kevin's also hanging for her poor dear life, sort of. She's probably clambered onto your shoulder at this point, and she mares at people as you help them.
She's a mountain goat.
She's a mountain goat, yeah. So, Svein, you're probably awake at this point. You hear all this. You hear
What?
Lobe's booming voice like, "Oh, sorry. Oh, excuse me. Oh, let me help you with that."
What is going on? Where
We
are we?
wanted to find the kitchen.
Lobe
There's
heard
people-
food, and this is about what happens.
Oh, okay. I see. I see.
Then he goes back to sleep. Good job. Good job. All right. But yeah, so that's pretty much the scene set up. Lobe running ahead in this crowd of people. Everyone's sort of making. I don't think it's called a mecca towards the Colosseum. I think that's a place
Pilgrimage?
you go to. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, Mecca's a location. Pilgrimage
Mecca's
is the
a
journey.
location. It's true. You got me there.
Smart people.
We're so. I'm so smart. I'm painting such a tapestry here. Jesus. All right, so
Absolutely.
you guys continue kind of inching through this giant crowd. Midday is sort of waning into the earlier afternoons. Finally, what seems like an eternity, you're finally pulling up to Ferocia Colosseum. It's this big, grand structure, almost like 60 stories tall. It's got like dozens of those little window things. It's a Colosseum. Why am I trying to describe Colosseums? You know what that
Why
is.
are you trying to describe it?
I don't know. Well, I will say this. You do see, like, typically the Colosseum, it's just like a structure that's built. It's got walls, and then the inside is the main focus. But in this case, it does look like a sort of smaller room setups has been built into the wall. So you do see windows as you pass, and you see like servants rushing this way and that, or you see like some of the king's men. So you see people. They're going like in these walls, like it's a living space. So that only solidifies the point.
If walls could
That is,
talk, well, they can.
Well, some of them can.
At the very least,
And-
these ones do.
Yeah. And as you're drawing closer to the entrance to the Colosseum, you see a ton of guards just circling around the outer rim.
Now, is that a
And a
metric ton or?
Sure. It looks like a fairly large amount. Like a fourth of whatever army the Phoenix King has reserved has been put at this Colosseum just to make sure no shenanigans happen. So you've got a couple of them up on top of the walls. You've got some of them patrolling on the lower ends, and you've got quite a few at the main gate because they are running checks for every cart and person that want to enter into Ferocia Colosseum.
All
So,
right.
Lannon, you seem to know where the king is. Where should we go? Where should we look?
So, wait, are we still outside the Colosseum?
Yes, at this point you're still kind of within the cityscape, and you're making your way to the
Downtown.
front of the. Yeah, you're downtown, and you're making your way
Making
to
your way
the Colosseum
down, yeah.
entrance. Yeah. No.
I literally just point at the Colosseum entrance. There.
Well, no shit. I think anyone could figure it out at this point. But specifically,
Ah, so that's where we're headed.
Yeah. Well, specifically, I think he would be on the field. You know, fighting.
Mhm.
Well,
That sounds like fun.
here's the deal. The actual tournament isn't today. Today is the day where the festival portion is being set up and everyone has drinks and goes crazy. Yes. You remember Elise telling you that back at the Sad Inn outside of Ashen Grove. Tomorrow we'll be fighting. Today is partying. So likely what is happening is all these people are coming in, setting up a festival in the stadium itself, and then the next day it'll all be cleared for the tournament.
Oh, in that case, he's in the dining hall.
Of course he is.
Why the hell wouldn't he be?
Well, what are we waiting for?
Yeah, Lobe's already made his way halfway there.
Excuse me, pardon me.
So, Lobe, since you're probably closer at this point, it's taken a while, but you've gained some distance from your original cart.
Woohoo!
Oh, yay! You get a button. So you are a lot closer. You are a lot closer to these guards, and you could see, yeah, they're almost decked out for some sort of like an invasion. Like they've got halberds, they've got spears. Those are kind of the same thing, but whatever. They're decked out in this gleaming armor, some of which has these orangey feathers adorning kind of like the top part of the helmets. They've got this insignia that's this flame with two axes spurting out, and they look legit. They do not look like some rinky-dink town patrol. These are like a full-fledged militia. They will not take your nonsense.
I have no nonsense to give.
And they appreciate that. However, there does seem to be some nonsense happening at the front of the cart. See, you started, I shouldn't say cart, I should say stadium. Your group is fine. But they are a lot farther back from you. You have gained a lot of distance from them, and that's because the line itself has sort of come to a standstill. And it's come to a standstill because there's this one cart at the entrance. It kind of looks like one of those little tiny one-person rinky-dink carts, maybe like a gypsy would drive to give out fortunes. And this cart is currently stopped at the entrance, and you've got a couple of guards who look incredibly frustrated with whoever they're talking to. And if you get closer, you can kind of look at the scene more. But right now, all you see is there's this kind of gypsy tiny cart and a bunch of frustrated guards, and they're talking to somebody very irritably.
Okay, I get closer to see what's going on.
Okay. So you get a little closer, probably bumping into a couple other people.
Oh,
and
sorry.
And as you pull closer, you see that this person they're talking to, well, at first it kind of looks like they're talking to their shoes because all of their heads are tilted down.
All right.
And then you get closer and you see, that they're talking to what almost looks like a child. Like this girl barely comes up to their knees. She's got this crazy hair. She's wearing these fancy ornate robes. And then as you get closer, you realize this probably isn't a child because her vernacular is rather abrasive. You could pick up little bits like, "How dare you stop my cart? Like, I demand to come into the city. Like, I've got all my papers right here. You're wasting everyone's time." And it's just, this keeps going on, and the guards are looking increasingly more frustrated.
Okay. Excuse me, I'd like to get in.
One of the guards, who isn't dealing with this tiny little pipsqueak, looks over to you and he says, "No, sir, I understand. We're just dealing with the situation here. We're hoping we'll wrap it up soon. Just please be patient." And then he turns back to this little squeaky child who's like, "How dare you treat me like this? I'm going to complain to the king himself." And then so on.
Is there something I could do to help remedy the situation?
And the guard looks over and he says, "Well, this would have gone a lot easier if we could have checked her cart, but she sort of is refusing that. And I don't really want to waste a couple guards to take her to the stockades, so..." He kind of looks at your massive, girthy body, and he looks at this tiny person. He's like, "If you want to just, like, grab her and just restrain her, and we could, like, keep the line moving." And she hears this, and she looks over you. He's like, "Don't you dare touch me. I will immoliate you."
Wow, that is quite the vocabulary.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna go with what do we need to search the cart for?
And the guard goes, just anything that's contraband or could be used to harm the king himself or, just illegal things that shouldn't be in a carnival setting. And I don't know why this is so complicated and you can't just let us search the cart.
I ignore him for a second. I just turn to the little woman. Do you have contraband?
No, I don't.
Good enough for me.
Now the guard looks even more frustrated. He's like, no, see, we can't just go off of two strangers' words. We kind of have to see what's in the cart. Like, how this works is we visually need to establish that this
turn to the
cart...
little lady. Can they just see what's in the cart?
She sort of makes a face. She says, I don't see why they need to see what's in the cart. I mean, honestly, am I going to pack, like, a Tyrannosaurus in there? There's nothing of value. Like, you don't have to look. It's fine.
So just let them look. And drinks are on me.
Of course. Wait, you have money?
Shh.
They don't need to know that.
So, finally, one of the guards gets fed up, and he makes a move to the cart, and you see this little lady whip out a wand from her hair, and she points it at the guard, and it looks like she's about to charge up some kind of fiery attack on the end of the wand.
I stand between them. No. It's all fine. We're all friends here. It's a celebration.
Okay. Can I ask, is this like semi-visible from our card over here? Like,
You can make a perception to see if you see the shenanigans. You guys are pretty far back, so you have to...
do we have a general idea of what's going on?
Well, Kennam, with that 12, you know the carts have stopped.
Like, is Lobe even in the area anymore? Can we
Like, you guys, you are facing the entrance. He's kind of off to the right, sort of dealing with this squabble. Kennam, it looks like there's a squabble going on, but you don't have enough details really to go off of. Svein, I guess you're in the back, and you just don't know what the hell's going on with that 3. Lannon!
I'm facing the wrong way.
Lannon, you can kind of see with your keen half-elf eyeballs that there seems to be some sort of tussle going on with one of the cart goers, and there's this little spark of fire, and you see that something's about to go down, and it's not going to be good.
Can I, hop across all the carts that are in front of us? Alright, cool. What would that be?
You want to make it acrobatics, or you want to make it athletics?
Athletics is higher, so I'm gonna go with that.
Okay, go for it.
Alright. That, and then that, and then... 13?
I mean, it's moderate. You kind of work your way out of the driver's seat. You start hopping through the crowd, trying to get there in time before whatever happens is about to happen. But you don't get there quite in time, because you see your friend Lobe step in between the path of this magical attack, whatever it was going to be, and the guard. And Lobe, as you're saying, oh no, it's a celebration, relax, she is not listening, and she lets loose this, huge wave of fire, and it's coming right at you.
Ooh, toasty mosty. Do I have time to do anything?
Can Kevin absorb it?
That's not what I was going for, but...
Can she?
If you... Well, I got a second. If you want to get out of the way, you can make a dexterity save. If you don't, you'll probably get hit. I will say this, though. If you do move, the guard behind you will probably get hit.
I have my resistance thingy, don't I still? I have that ability, right? Or is that gone?
How long does that usually last?
It lasts for yeah, I still have resistance. Okay. It just requires me to touch.
Oh, okay.
Am I able to slap resistance on? It just adds an extra save. It gives me advantage to save roll.
Sure, go for it.
Why not just, turn around and bring the guard down with you?
Too late now. He's already chosen his path.
Shit.
I have chosen my path.
Damn.
Make your roll.
Alright.
So this will be it could be a dexterity saving throw, or I guess now it could be. Oh god, what the heck is the saving throw for actual magical attacks? It was will. What is it now?
I think
Well,
it depends
regardless,
on
it's a
whatever
15.
the spell is.
Yeah.
I bet you're right. That would be good to know.
You'd have to.
Yeah, I'm taking the 15.
I was about to say, I think you want to take the 15. Let me.
That 7 is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no, that's a
whatever,
terrible 7. So,
What else
so
do
what?
you need from me?
So you just kind of like duck it out of the way, or drop into the ground, or like, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm trying to protect the guard
Okay.
from taking
So-
a face full of fire.
Okay.
So whatever defensive stance I can take in that moment to not have my face and beard be taken with it.
Oh no, not the beard. Okay. So, Lobe, I just kind of imagine you have your arms out like, no, no, no! And then she kind of sees us too late, and this fireball whips off her wand. And Lannon, you're like running through the crowd, and you see this happening almost in slow motion. And, Lobe, you try and like activate this resistance, you're trying to protect these guards, and then all of a sudden, this big, like, face full of fire that was in your face,
Mm-hmm.
it vanishes. And you kind of see it tail almost curve around you, and it vanishes completely, like it's gone. Like it was
Wait.
there 1 minute and now it's gone.
And there's a tail around me. I have
No,
a tail.
Like
You're
the
saying.
fireball was coming at you, and then it
Mhm.
kind of took a left turn, and now it kind of like it curved off somewhere else, and now it's gone. Like it just vanished. Like something had just sucked it up, and now
Please
it's
tell me that was
fading.
actually Kevin.
And
I hope
Lannon.
it was. I hope it
So-
was.
So Lannon, you're watching the scene, and you see the fireball coming at Lobe. It suddenly turns, and you see Kevin on his shoulders, and her mouth is agape, and she sucks up this fireball, and it just is gone.
Yes! I knew it!
Do we see the fireball back here?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Because
It's hard to
at this
miss.
point. It's at this point Kennam's gonna be rushing in to.
I'm gonna grab the wand.
Svein's gonna start following as well.
All right, so
Kennam's,
everyone's
or
kind of
not
looking
Kennam,
at
Lannon's still beelining it.
Okay, so I want to throw it out here. That's the damage you would have taken if that had hit.
Oh! 35! Oh god.
And Kevin
You would
absorbs
have
all
been
of that.
emoliated.
Yeah, you would have actually. But Kevin absorbs all of this. And she kind of rolls off your shoulders, Lobe, and she's doing a little dance sort of on the ground. She's very jittery. She's kind of like hopping this way and that while this fire is smoking out of her mouth.
Oh my!
And the guards are looking at this like, oh no, do we have to deal with this situation too? Like, what is going on? And quite suddenly, this little tiny baby teacup goat gets like 2 sizes bigger. And she's got these crazy, like, she is a like medium-sized creature now. So she comes up probably to, oh, how big are you, Lobe? How tall are you again?
I'm a very tall human. About as
You are
tall as a
very
human
tall.
can be.
Okay, so she probably comes up to your stomach now. She's got these like wicked curling horns that are very much on fire now. She's got this like blazing death cold stare.
Did she just poke evolve?
Maybe. You don't know. But yeah, no, she looks like fucking intense. She looks like she came from hell.
Oh
And
my!
the guards are looking at this, and they're looking at the gnome, and it kind of looks like they don't know which person to go after first. But
No?
Lobe, you said you were going for her wand.
Yeah, and with that, I'm gonna be like, that wasn't very nice.
All right, let's why don't you do a sleight of hand, and I'll see if it beats hers. I'll make
Sleight
a
of
little roll.
hand. Oh my!
I would
Yeah.
have done strength, but you know.
I mean, he's trying to grab it. He's not trying to bull rush her to the
Very,
ground.
very true. All right, so it's
Yeah,
just
but he's
gonna be
also
flat
trying to
whatever.
force it from her hand.
Yeah, but she's tiny, so.
Hey,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
I gotta get it first.
You
All right,
gotta
so it's
get
gonna be-
that.
It's whatever it is. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh,
Seven!
buddy.
No, she manages to like duck under your legs, and she is making like a beeline away from the Colosseum. She's trying to get as far away as possible. You see all these guards going like, "Hey, no, stop her!"
I want
And
to
so-
tackle her. I want to tackle her.
Wait. Who's she running past first, me or Kennam?
You're closer, Lannon, so you can make a move.
Then I'm fucking tackling her.
All right, Lannon can tackle her then. Go ahead, little buddy.
Alright. Athletics, I would assume.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Wait. If we've got this much time, would I be able to cast True Strike on Lannon?
That's pushing it a bit. Lannon can like use his own devices and momentum.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Alright.
Fine.
Dexterous.
Okay.
Natural 20!
Critical.
So Lannon, you watch as this tiny little woman makes a beeline away from the entrance. All these guards are following her, and you just swan dive out of the crowd. She looks up for a brief second, like, wait, what? And then you crash into her. You hear a breaking sound, and you're not sure if that's like the wand breaking or her arm. It's hard to tell.
I'm fine with either.
And you two go barely across. Meanwhile, though, back at the entrance, all these guards are freaking the fuck out because there's a hell goat that just appeared out of nowhere, and they don't know what to do about this. Like, a couple have their weapons drawn, and some of the closer pedestrians are kind of backing up like, oh, geez, what's happening here?
Lobe, quick, tell them it's okay.
I moved to burp Kevin.
Oh god, no!
Okay, so you're gonna pick her up?
There, Kevin! Pat.
Okay. Can you roll me like a strength check real quick?
Uh-huh.
Just like a
Oh
strength.
no.
Because she's not gonna resist you. Like, you pick her up and she looks at you like, Daddy! And then you start burping her.
Oh god, the fireball that's going to come out of there.
This is slowly divulging into madness. Thank you.
It's gonna melt the stone.
Oh!
Natural 20!
The most burping.
Oh my god, another
Pointed
20?
up and over my shoulder,
Another
I
20.
assume.
Gonna melt through the wall.
Okay, so, Lobe, you must have had... I'm convinced now, you've had kids in the past or something, because you, like, expertly pick up this...
Not that I know of.
Well, that's...
Hey, you
You
too?
pick up this goat and you start burping it, and Kevin's head throws back, and this giant fireball just erupts in the sky above you. And then little Kevin shrinks back into tiny teacup goat Kevin, and she looks at you like, meh! And that's it. She's back to normal.
I put her back down on the ground.
Oh my god, this is glorious.
I go to the guard. Where do you need that? Or hold on. Where do you need the cart moved? And I point to the gnome's cart.
He looks over at it and he's like, I mean, we were gonna just push it to the side, but
I move to push it off.
okay. You take care of that, I guess. Meanwhile, back with Lannon, this little tiny person underneath you is like, get off me! Get off me!
Fuck that shit.
And a bunch of the who else is like making a move? Svein, Kennam, I know you were making a run.
Yeah,
So
I'm trying to catch up, figure out what's going on here.
Okay, are you gonna go off to Lobe or are you gonna go off to Lannon?
Lannon.
Okay. Kennam, what are you doing?
I guess since we've got one on Lannon, I'll head up to Lobe.
Okay, so you'll probably help Lobe like move the cart over and all that fun stuff. Svein,
Efficiencies.
I have vehicle proficiency. I can handle this. So Svein, you're coming up to Lannon, who's sitting on this tiny wriggling person, screaming, "Get off me! Get off me!" And a bunch of the guards are coming over, and they motion to you, Lannon, to sort of get up, and it's like, "No, we've got this. Like, we can take care of it. Don't worry." And they have their weapons drawn, so she's definitely not going anywhere.
Alright, I get up.
Yes, that's a good idea, Lannon.
And a couple of the guards actually bow to you, Lannon, like kind of like a quick little head bow, and they say, thank you for the assistance. We're sorry, like, we didn't mean to be so incompetent. Like, we won't let this happen again, we promise."
It's okay. You're just doing your job.
And with that, they hoist up this little squiggly, tiny person, and they kind of have to readjust. What?
Can I just pat one on the back?
Sure.
Alright, I do that.
All right, you pat one of the guards on the back. His day has been made. Grazie.
Prego.
So two of them go to kind of like grab her arms, but she recoils, and you see that one of her arms, yes, has been broken. Good job.
Yay!
So one of them just kind of like scoops her up and throws her on the back of his shoulder, and then
Oh.
starts off to the wherever they keep unruly
Wait.
people.
Is her wand around?
It's on the ground and it's in pieces.
Good. Alright, that's all I wanted to know. I'm gonna head off to Lobe.
Oh,
All right, so
Spain's gonna follow.
All right,
damn,
cool.
no one's gonna grab the wand?
It's broken in
Actually-
pieces.
Spain
can
can't
fix it.
resist the temptation of new knowledge. So you might want to pick this up, maybe study it.
Okay, so you pick up a bunch of broken pieces of wood and stuff it in your pockets.
That's right.
Okay, great.
Hey, the wood has magical properties.
Fair enough. So you guys are meeting back up with Lobe and Kennam, and as you're leaving, you just hear like the squeaky protest of this small, tiny person, like, "You're gonna regret this! Like, you're all gonna regret this!" And then she's gone, hauled off to stockades.
Can we take a look at what's in the cart at this point?
Sure.
Free stuff!
Okay. Yeah, let's open up that cart.
I was just about to recommend that.
That's not ours.
The guards are like, "Look, we're erring on a side of caution here. Like, we should look first. We don't know." And then you see They see Lannon come around. He's like, did you want to look at it, sir? I mean, we could take care of this."
I've got it. Stand down.
And all the guards like stand back and make some space for you guys to check out this cart.
I stand confused.
Hold on.
I turned...
Lannon, there might be traps.
Oh,
We should
true.
check for that first.
True.
Why are we searching the little woman's cart? The food is that way.
Yes, but if she was putting this much of a fight, she probably had something of value.
We may want to know what's in there.
I turn to the guards and say, just
Oh.
get the rest of these people up and running.
They again bow at you and they go back to their duties of trying to get this giant cluster of a line back into some sort of semblance of moving.
And that's 7.
Same.
I don't know if that's gonna detect any traps.
Svein, you look at this cart and you give the party a thumbs up.
It's all right.
We have no reason. We have no
Let's
reason
have a go.
to. Yeah, we have no reason to distrust Svein. Let's open the back.
Okay. So are you all like trying to get up all in on this tiny one-person cart, or are some of you just waiting?
I
I'm
think
racist.
I'm just kind of like moving slowly closer to the gate, waiting to see if anyone notices.
Kennam raises his hand and goes, "I'm tiny. The cart's tiny. I'll go in."
Aren't you
All right, have at
5'8"?
it.
All right, so Kennam, you're getting up all in this cart's business.
Hell yeah!
All right, roll me perception, or is it
Damn
investigation? Wait, hold on. I guess it'd be investigation. It's right there. You're just looking for shit. Investigation, then.
Either way, it ain't great.
Well, 'tis the life of a detective.
Where is my investigation? Hold on. Oh, it's an intelligence.
Oh,
Never mind. I've actually got a bonus in that.
Hmm.
Not
Well,
great.
not that great of a bonus. So, Kennam, this looks to be a fairly simplistic setup. There's a table centered in the middle. You've got some drapes adorned on the top. It totally 100% looks like a gypsy's cart. And you look around, you see like there's a couple crystals in a chest, like half open. There seems to be shelves with some weird, almost alchemic looking properties. But yeah, it seems like a very basic setup here.
Can I arcane to check the crystals?
Sure, go for it.
Son of a bitch.
They're
That's a
pretty
six.
and they're pretty and shiny to look at.
I'm gonna pop one in my pocket.
Okay.
Can I look? Can I look at the? What would I do to check like what the shells do? Would that be Arcana? Would that be
Well, what are you looking for specifically?
like they clearly have some kind of alchemic properties? I'm trying to figure out what exactly they're supposed to do.
Yeah, that'd probably be Arcana again. Wow, 7,
Wow.
You would not put any of these things in a stew to eat.
Ooh.
No.
I'm gonna pop one of those in my pocket. Anything else in the area?
I get nothing really. Like you see, there's a couple books scattered across the tabletop. Nothing really of note. That's really the only other thing in there.
Can I look at the books?
Sure.
Can you?
Can you read?
I'm going to look into the books.
Nothing of too much interest. You've got what looks like a ledger, maybe of past customers who haven't paid her proper dues. You've got this something that kind of looks like Svein's map list. I think that's what I called it last time, a map and an atlas. And it's not the pop-up version, though, suffice to say.
It's the Pro Edition.
Yeah, it's the Pro Edition. This one's got moving pictures.
Ooh.
So it's like a tablet. All right.
No. And hey, so quick question. This is very important.
Yes.
When you guys were given this awesome radical chestnuts of power, did you all pocket one, or did you just put it back in the chest and like throw it in the back of the cart?
I don't know about you guys, but mine's in my pocket.
Yeah, I think mine's in my pocket.
I've got like a nice inner coat pocket that I keep my secret stuff in.
Oh, okay.
Given things.
Cool.
My pocket.
I pocketed mine. If anyone wants to get to it, they have to go through me.
So, Lobe, at the end of the last session, Elise had given you guys these magical-looking seeds,
Yeah.
and she had said hold on to them, so I don't know.
I just left it with somebody.
Okay.
Somebody's got mine.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess.
We'll just say Lobe has it, because he's got special inside pockets or whatever.
Oh.
Or not Lobe, I make Kennam.
I'll hold on to it. Why not?
Okay, so Kennam, as you're looking at this map, little lights start popping up all over the cover. They're like, there's no specific region where one appears, but they're just this flurry of blue and almost kind of cream-colored lights, and they all vary in intensity and size. And they weren't there 1 minute, but as soon as you got close, they suddenly lit up.
Into the backpack with it.
Man, pocketing
Is there
everything.
anything else
Are you
interesting
sure
to
you
steal?
aren't the rogue?
But that's pretty much it. There doesn't seem to be anything else of importance.
Why wouldn't she want them to search the cart then?
What'd you find, Kennam?
Kennam's gonna hop out of the cart and go, well, a few shells, some crystals. Nothing that seemed too, dangerous.
So, pretty standard then.
So you're telling Svein this. Are you telling the guards the same thing?
I mean, that's technically what I saw. I'm gonna leave out the fact that there was a magic map, but...
Yeah, can I
You
just...
took it.
Yeah. Can I
Yeah, you
just...
didn't mention that.
I'm not lying, I'm just not telling the full
Exactly
truth.
telling them that there's something in there. Because the guards are going to ask you. They're going to go over and be like, what was in there? Like, what did you see?
Yeah.
Just tell them, once you get out of the
strange-
cart, tell them what is in the cart. Don't tell them what used to be in the cart.
Hey.
I'm going to tell the I'm going to give the guards one of the shell I picked up and say,
Okay.
I found this and a couple of crystals. The crystals don't seem to be too like the crystals seem to be just regular shiny baubles and all that, but these shells seem a little odd. Why don't you guys look into that?
Okay. I'm trying to decide if I want you to do a deception check because you're purposefully not telling them about the book, or sleight of hand just to kind of hide the book from them.
Books in my backpack.
So go with the deception because technically you're not telling them about the book. Yeah, that 15 is good enough. They don't question you any further. They'll take the shells and they say, okay, well, we'll still have our mages take a closer look because there could be something in there. But thank you again, by the way. Who are you? Are you just here for the tournament?
We do need to speak to the king as soon as possible. We're here to make a delivery of sorts.
And they look a little confused by this notion, but the one of the guards steps forward, and he looks like the head honcho to this place. Lannon is actually the one you patted on the back in the day of. And he says, anybody who is a companion of the prince is a companion of ours. We'd be more than happy to escort you inside. And
Well, I suppose we should carry on then.
so you kind of get your own special escort. You get to jump the line to this like giant hodgepodge of carts. You enter through the Colosseum because it looks like the door is on the other side. Like you have to get in through that way. And as you're looking around, you can see a couple people who managed to get inside the Colosseum are totally dressing this place up to look like an awesome time. You've got these magical lights being strung up. You've got halfway built booths and games. You can hear like the sizzling of fats and oils as food is already being prepared in preparation for tonight's activities.